Affiliate marketing is a type of performance marketing that involves advertisers, publishers, and an affiliate network. An advertiser is typically a direct response client or a brand that has a product that they want to sell or generate leads for. Uh, the publisher is also known as an affiliate. They're the ones who actually conduct the marketing via whatever media channel they specialize in. And the affiliate network resides between the two, acting as everything from operations, compliance, technology, tracking, media planner. Really, the three marry together nicely to form kind of our performance marketing ecosystem, and everybody shares in the profits, and everyone works together to really drive marketing results. Sure. Performance marketing is definitely something that is growing and will continue to grow over the next 3 to 5 years. If you look at some of the recent IAB studies, that's where I quoted the 21 billion from, and of that 21 billion out there, I think something like 80% was, or 80% of all marketing out there is paid for in some kind of cost per sale or cost per action. So performance marketing is very strong, here to stay. More brands and more DR companies are spending their dollars in performance marketing. They just see that it's really all about return on investment. So they can measure it as ROI, ROM, ROAS, so we're talking about marketing or ad spend. Whatever the magic metric is, the first couple letters, return on, they're actually measuring some kind of specific metric versus something like print or radio or TV. And I've come from those backgrounds as well, and I made the change about a dozen years ago. They're great and they're important mediums, but they are really not directly measurable to the results. And it's a good healthy mix, but it's more important to go towards performance marketing and really try to hit core metrics that are important to the company. So if it's a sale or if it's getting clients just in the door, whatever the magic number is, it's very important to track to that, and performance marketing allows for it. So yeah, so I think 21 billion was the magic number last year. I think some of the studies I've seen already midway through the year have shown that it's on pace to beat that by probably another 5 billion. I'd say overall in marketing, online marketing that is, probably the number one best performer for the client is going to be search engine marketing. Search engine marketing, because these are people who are actively seeking out leads or interested in, actively seeking out something that they're interested in. Not every client allows every kind of marketing, but if I had to rank them in a specific order of people actively looking and out there raising their hand, it would be search. I think display, which is banner advertising, is up there as well. There's a lot of banners out there, and if someone's actively clicking and looking at it, they're clearly very interested. Email marketing as well. Email is something where it can be invasive. It goes to your inbox. You actually, again, have to look at it, click on it, take an action. So those kinds of things are really the best quality, where you're getting someone to take an active action versus maybe something like a consumer is incentivized, something where they're not really looking for the product, but now they have a reason to look at the product.
Okay.
Well, I think going back to some of the things I had mentioned before, it's critical to really test out performance marketing, because not every ad budget is infinite, and or at least starting out that way. So if you're going to start working in, again, if you start working in the offline traditional media, TV, radio, print, those are great, but you can take a small amount and set it aside, 5 grand, 10 grand, just to get a test campaign out there and see how it works. You'll have your results very quickly. You really know what key metrics you want to obtain. You can track it all the way through, from a click all the way through a conversion. There's just a lot of details you can get into to really learn about, does the campaign work? So again, I think it's just really critical for companies to test it out. It doesn't mean it has to be everything that they do. It could start off as a small portion, but it's really easy to get started, and it's really simple to get the results, to know if you should continue and spend more. And then typically the other piece is that in that kind of environment where and you're optimizing, you see what's working, you do have the capacity to spend more because you're bringing more dollars in revenue. So yeah, so I think the 5 steps are pretty important, and not just because I wrote them, but they're critical, components of launching a campaign, be it a CMO or someone just starting their own company. It's the same thing, same advice I would give myself and follow. Um, Really, what's critical, the first couple of steps is, if I don't reiterate every piece of it, it's because the first two steps are really the most critical, right? What is it that you want? Define your goal, and that probably goes for everything in life. So I'm not talking about anything groundbreaking here, but you have to go in understanding this is what I want to accomplish. I want to generate X amount of sales or X amount of leads, or you know, have this many people see the page. Whatever the goal is, you just have to make sure you understand it up front. When you're done with that, then you can actually continue on your path. And these other pieces are critical. And I guess the second piece is that now that you want to get involved in it, do your diligence. I mean, it's pretty simple. Again, another thing that is applicable to everything you do in life, whether if it's choosing, what restaurant you want to eat at or what bank you want to put your money in. It's important to find out. You get the background of an affiliate network. How long have they been in business? What media do they specialize in? What financial things can you find out about them, stability and partners that they work with. Really do that homework and find someone that meets your needs, and then you can really proceed. So you found your goal, and you found your network. Now it's all about getting out there, putting a budget aside, testing, optimizing, and following that process through. Listen, I've been an affiliate since, since 2000, I think, back, way back when. And, I've made tons of mistakes, even when things were much easier than they are today. I think, some of the bigger mistakes are just trying to capitalize too much on short-term revenue and not look at the future at all. And I'm not saying that we all shouldn't strive to make as much money as possible and make our clients as much money, but, you can't think about what's next every single day of the week, and instead of trying to find campaigns that can really be stable and long lasting and build long-term strategic partnerships. That's really critical, and I've learned that lesson myself. The other piece, I think, is really understanding what the advertiser wants, or the network wants for that matter. If you're just going to go pick up a campaign, just run it and throw everything you got at it, and that's it, and whether you win or lose, and you don't really care, you're just trying to make money, it doesn't really help. So kind of similar to the first comment I made, just ask, what is your goal? What kind of demo is the audience that I'm looking for? Get some basic facts. You're not going to get every detail, and certainly not every detail you can even use in marketing. But the more info you have, the better information you'll be able to put into your campaign to make it better. And then the other thing, which I talk about a lot these days, is compliance. And there's a lot of good people out there. There's bad people out there. It doesn't matter. The point is, if you're going to do something, if you're going to change something, if you're going to alter a subject line or a creative or a banner, or whatever it ends up being, just let your campaign manager or your affiliate manager know, let the advertiser know. A lot of times people have the best interests and they want to make something better, because us affiliate marketers, we're all entrepreneurs. We want to develop new things. So the key part there is do it, but get permission. It's better than putting it out in the wild and then finding it through all the numerous tools out there. So just ask, run it by them, see what happens, get permission, and then run the campaign. Don't just throw it out there. Sure, I think performance marketing is the now and is the future. I see more and more brands and more direct response clients putting their money into online marketing, and specifically performance marketing. And why shouldn't they get return on their investment and figure it out pretty quickly? The whole world is online. I mean, talking again globally, some areas grow faster than the U.S. The U.S. is faster than some other areas, but we're jumping over to mobile now. All these pieces are critical, where TV and print and radio, they're important components, but they're not as relevant these days. People want information immediately. They want to find it. They want to be able to call someone, click to call type stuff. They want to be able to look up some information. Where's the nearest store for an Apple product or whatever it ends up being. Really, it's such a critical component for our future that I really see all business and all online business shifting that way. So to me, the days of just impressions or cost per thousands and just really let me just serve it up, run a network everywhere, or just throw a billboard up, those days are dwindling where the money is going to be. The money is going to keep shifting into online performance marketing.